So I want to share a few tips that helped me pass the exam. First, thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity to share my experience in the course of preparing for the CISA certification. My name is Mr. Essien Utenge. I am a Nigerian and I study pure and applied chemistry from University of Calabar. So I am from a purely science background. It was my brother that introduced the CISA certification for me late last year, and I started preparing for the exam actively January this year, and I wrote the exam in May, exactly May 30th, and to the glory of God, I was able to pass the exam in my first attempt. So I want to share a few tips that helped me pass the exam. First, I will say that don't cram any of the topics in the 5 domain. Try to understand the underlying principles and concepts that is behind the topic, because that is what will help you to successfully crack the questions. And I will add, the exam is not that hard in as much as you have understood the concept. At this point, sir, I must thank you for the CISA-This-Much lecture and the app, because the tutorial was very, very helpful for me. Coming from the science background, I have not had any prior knowledge of auditing, though I had some knowledge of information technology from the company that I worked some time ago. So the app and your approach was really, really helpful. It was easy to understand. You use real life scenario to explain the topic. It helped me in no small way. So don't cram any of the topic. Understand them, and by that you are 50% sure of passing the exam. Then also don't study with fear. The exam is not hard, I must confess. By the time you have gone through all the domain and attempt the past questions and answers, I can tell you that you are 70% to your journey of securing CISA certification. So after going through the whole domain, I also advise that you go to the past questions and answer, because the past questions and answer is what will reveal your strength and your weaknesses. So any of the domain that you are not scoring very high, go back and study it over and over again. And before you write the exam, make sure that at least you have gone through all the domain 3 or 4 times. And if you are using CISA-This-Much, also ensure that your success rate is between 80 to maybe 85 or 90%. By that, I can assure you that you have passed the exam already. So I will just have a few final words to say to those that are preparing for the exam or intend to write the exam in future. First, understand what works for you. Like me, I am not a night person. So I will start to prepare for the exam 5 a.m. in the morning, and by 9 a.m. I'm done so that I can prepare for work. So studying those 4 or 5 hours in the morning for 3 months was okay for me to prepare for the exam. Nights may work for you, or depending on your work schedule. So you understand yourself and your body makeup, your best study time, and also the nature of your work. Then you can start studying for the exam. Mine was active 5 months. Yours may not actually be 5 months, depending on the time that you have to prepare for the exam and your work schedule. But before you put in for the exam, make sure that you have gone through the 5 domain 3 or 4 times, and you have gone through the past questions and answer multiple times to to the extent that your success rate and your confidence will be very, very high. Then when you have done that, you can now register and write the exam. Because while you are studying for the exam, while you are studying the past questions and answer, it will review your strengths and your weakness. So the areas or the domain that you are not performing very high, I will recommend that you go over it over and over again. Then for people that are from other fields like me, coming from the science background, I needed to understand the entire domain. So you may put extra work to understand the concept, the principle, study multiple materials, and if you are using CISA-This-Much app. So thank you so much. I wish you your very best in your CISA certification.